Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In today's video we're going to learn how to shorten URL from Google Sheets via Bitly. So I'm a content creator and I post videos on my YouTube channel and I want to create a record of all my popular videos in my Google Sheets. So my objective is that whenever I'm going to add the details of a video, of a popular video in my Google Sheets with the video title and the URL, I want to automatically create a shortened URL with the help of Bitly of the URL that we have entered into our Google Sheets. And as soon as a shortened URL is created with the help of Bitly, automatically the shortened URL should be updated in place of the URL that we have provided. For that, what we are going to do is we are going to simply create an automation between Google Sheets and Bitly with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn how to do this automation, then let me take you all to my screen.
In this video, we're going to learn how to shorten URL from Google Sheets via Bitly. So I'm a content creator and I create content on my YouTube channel. And I keep the record of all the popular YouTube videos in my Google Sheets. So my objective is that whenever I'm going to add the title of the YouTube video with the URL of the video, I want to shorten the URL with the help of Bitly. For that, what we are going to do is we are going to create an automation between Google Sheets and Bitly with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, you have to click on the top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. Then a new dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as Shorten URL from Google Sheets via Bitly. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Next, it is asking for us to select a folder. On the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down arrow. So these are the folders from which I'm going to select Bitly Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to a workflow and selecting the folder, we are going to click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Shorten URL from Google Sheets via Bitly, and there are 2 windows in front of you. One says Trigger, another says Action. Trigger and Action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step and multiple action steps. Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our trigger step by clicking on this arrow right over here, and for our trigger application, we are going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm going to select my trigger application as Google Sheets. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row. We are selecting our trigger application as Google Sheets and a trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row because I want that whenever I'm going to enter the video title in the URL into my spreadsheet that I've created with the help of Google Sheets, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. So for that, we have selected our trigger application as Google Sheets and a trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. Over here, you can see after selecting the trigger application and the event, Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. Firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here, and over here you can see the steps are given here below in order to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So we have to follow the steps given here below. Firstly, open the spreadsheet that we have created with the help of Google Sheets. So as you can see, this is the spreadsheet that I've created with the help of Google Sheets in the name of YouTube Video Details. So this is the spreadsheet that I've created, and we're going to connect this spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. For that, click on Extensions right over here. After clicking on Extensions, as you can see over here, it says Add-ons. We're going to click on Add-ons, and then we're going to click on Get Add-ons. So after selecting Get Add-ons, a new window is going to appear on which on the search bar we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. So we're going to select Pabbly Connect Webhooks. As you can see over here, it says Pabbly Connect Webhooks. We're going to select this, and as you can see that I've already installed Pabbly Connect Webhooks. So I'm going to move forward. But if you want to connect Pabbly Connect with Google Sheets, then you have to install this webhook from here, okay? So we are going to go back after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks. We're going to click on Extensions again. Over here it says Pabbly Connect Webhooks. We're going to select this, and over here it says Initial Setup. We're going to click on Initial Setup. A new dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a webhook URL and a trigger column. For the URL over here, I'm going to paste the URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. And for the trigger column, it says the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added. So in this spreadsheet, the trigger column is going to be column B, because in this column, the final data is going to be added. Okay. So after selecting the trigger column and pasting the webhook URL, we're going to click on submit. As you can see over here, it says setup configured successfully. So I'm going to click on this close button. As you can see that we successfully added the webhook. Now with the steps which I'm going to tell you are very important steps. Do not forget to follow them. Okay, click on extensions again. Click on Pabbly Connect webhooks. Over here it says send on event. We're going to click on it. As over here it says working. After the loading is completed, we're going to click on extensions and Pabbly Connect webhooks again. Over here, you can see a tick mark is in front of send on event. This is because that we have selected send on event so that whenever a new data is going to be added into the spreadsheet, automatically Google Sheets is going to send the data to Pabbly Connect. That is why it is very important to click on send on event. Okay. So I'm going to take you back to the workflow that we have created. Over here, it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add a data into the spreadsheet right over here, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the data that we are going to enter into the spreadsheet or not. For that, we are going to open our YouTube channel. So this is our YouTube channel. Over here you can see as Pabbly, okay? And I want to enter the details of the popular videos into my Google Sheets. So for that, firstly, I'm going to click on popular right over here. As you can see, these are the popular videos of our channel Pabbly. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter the details of these popular videos into our Google Sheets. So firstly, I'm going to select the most popular video. So this is the video right over here, and this is the title of the video. So I'm going to copy this title right from here, and I'm going to paste the title into the spreadsheet right over here. So as you can see, it's the title of the video, as you can see right over here, in this spreadsheet, as you can see right over here. And for the video URL, we are going to copy the video URL from here. Click on share. So this is the URL. I'm going to copy this URL and I'm going to paste the URL right over here. So as we have entered the data of the video right over here, as you can see where it says save to drive, what we are going to do is we are going to open our workflow that we have created in our Pabbly Connect account, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of this new data that we have entered into our spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow that I've created in my Pabbly Connect account. I'm going to scroll down, and yes, as you can see right over here, the data is successfully captured in our Pabbly Connect account. For the URL over here, URL that we have entered into our spreadsheet. For the video title over here as send WhatsApp message from Google Sheets WhatsApp integration. So this is the video URL and the title right over here and all the other details. So this means that we successfully connected Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. As we want that whenever a new link is added to our Google Sheets of the video that we have uploaded on our YouTube channel, automatically the URL should be shortened with the help of Bitly. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our action step, and for the action application, what we're going to do is we are going to select it as Bitly. So I'm going to select my action application as Bitly, and for the action event, I'm going to select it as shorten link. With the help of this action event, that is shorten link, we are going to shorten the URL link that we have received in our previous response. So I'm going to click on connect in order to connect Bitly with Pabbly Connect. As soon as you're going to click on connect, a new window is going to appear on which you have to click on add new connection. But if you have an existing connection, you can choose this option. After that, we're going to click on connect with Bitly. As soon as you're going to click on connect with Bitly, a new window is going to appear which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on allow as it's a safe process, and my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on allow. As you can see that we successfully authorized Bitly with Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for the group. For the group, I'm going to select it as Ashi Rai right over here. So this is the group that I've created in my Bitly account. And for the long URL, what we are going to do is right over here, we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this automation workflow. How are we going to do that? For that, click on this field right over here. As soon as you're going to click over here it says Google Sheets new or updated spreadsheet row. So this was the previous step of this automation workflow. As we're going to click on this arrow, this was the response that was captured in our previous step. As over here it is asking for the URL that we want to convert to a shortened link, we are going to map the data of the URL that we have received in our previous response. As I map the data right over here, what happens is the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically in place of this map data, the data is going to be updated. Okay, so now we're going to click on save and send test request. As soon as you're going to click on save and send test request, the response is going to be received. Okay, over here in the response, you can see a shortened link is provided. So I'm going to copy this link from here, and I'm going to open this link in a new tab right over here. As soon as you can see, I've paste the URL and opened it into a new tab, you can see this. So this was the same video that we have mapped in our Google Sheet. As you can see, this is the same video right over here. Okay, so this means that we successfully created a shortened link with the help of Bitly of the video data that we have entered into our Google Sheet. So this means that we have successfully connected Bitly with Pabbly Connect. And as we want to also update the spreadsheet, so as I've created a shortened URL link over here in Bitly, now I want to update the shortened URL in place of this URL right over here. So for that, what we are going to do is we're going to go back to the workflow that we have created, and by clicking on this plus button, we're going to add another action step. And for the action application, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm going to select my action application as Google Sheets. And for the action event over here, I'm going to select it as update row. We are selecting our action application as Google Sheets and action event as update row because we want to update the shortened URL link that we have received in our previous step in place of the long URL link, as you can see right over here. So after that, we're going to click on connect in order to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear on which you have to click on add new connection. But if you have an existing connection, you can choose this option. After clicking on add new connection, we're going to click on sign in with Google. Then a new window is going to appear which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on allow as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for us to select a spreadsheet. So I've created a spreadsheet in the name of YouTube video details. So for the spreadsheet right away, I'm going to select it as YouTube video details. And then it is asking for us to select the sheet. So I'm going to select as sheet 1 because I have created a single sheet in the name of sheet 1, as you can see right over here into the spreadsheet. So for the sheet, I'm going to select it as sheet 1. Over here next, it is asking for the row index, from where we're going to have the data for the row index. For that, what we're going to do is we're going to add another action step right over here. And for the action application, we are going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm going to select my action application as Google Sheets. And for the action event, I'm going to select it as lookup spreadsheet rows V2. We are selecting our action application as Google Sheets and action event as lookup spreadsheet row V2 because we want to receive the row index that we want to map in our next step. Okay, so then we're going to click on connect right over here in order to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear on which I'm going to select the existing connection, but if you want, you can add a new connection. So I'm going to click on save. As soon as I'm going to click on save over here, it is asking for us to select a spreadsheet. For the spreadsheet, I'm going to select as YouTube video details. For the sheet over here, I'm going to select as sheet 1. Next, it is asking for the lookup value. Which value do we have to look up to? So as we want the row index, I want to tell you one thing. How are we going to know which videos URL that we want to shorten? For that, we're going to add a lookup value. Which value do we have to search in the column that we have created in our Google spreadsheet? So as we want the data of the URL right over here to be looked up to, so what we're going to do is for the lookup value, we're going to map the data of the value of the URL that we have received in our previous step. So I'm going to map the data of the URL that we have received in our previous step. So this value, that is the URL that we want to look up to because we want to update the URL into our spreadsheet. Okay, that's why for the lookup value, we've selected the URL of the video. Next, it is asking for the lookup column. If I'm going to open my spreadsheet that I've created, over here you can see the column B is the column in which we are going to enter the URL of the videos. So for the lookup column over here, we are going to write it as column B. And for the end column, as you can see, next it is asking for the end column data. So what we're going to do is for the end column data also, we're going to over here write it as column B, okay? So as we have entered the lookup column and the end column of the data and the lookup value, that is the URL of the video right over here. After that, I'm going to click on save and send test request. As soon as I'm going to click on save and send test request, over here you can see responses received, and in the response we have also received a row index. And now what we're going to do is we are going to map the data of the row index that we have received in our previous step in place of the step right over here. So as I map the data of the row index right over here, the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured from in our previous step, automatically the data right over here is going to be updated. Next, as we want to just update the video URL right over here, so what we are going to do is we are going to map the data of the shortened URL that we have received in our previous step. So as this was the link that we have received in our previous step in this Bitly step right over here, so I mapped the data of the shortened link right over here. After that, we're going to click on save and send test request. As soon as we're going to click on save and send test request, over here you can see a response is received, and the response that we have received is a positive response. Now I'm going to open my Google Sheets and I'm going to check whether the URL is updated in our Google Sheets or not. For that, I'm going to open my Google Sheets. And yes, as you can see right over here, video URL successfully updated. I'm going to open this URL from here. And yes, as you can see, this was the same video that we have entered in our Google spreadsheet. So this means that we successfully connected Google Sheets with Bitly with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter another video title and the URL into the spreadsheet, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect updates a long URL into a shortened URL with the help of Bitly or not. For that, firstly, I'm going to open our YouTube channel. So this is our YouTube channel, that is Pabbly, as you can see right over here, and from the videos I'm going to select over here as popular. So this is the second most popular video of our channel, so I'm going to open this video from here. So as you can see, this is the video right over here. This is the title of the video, that it's new complete WhatsApp Cloud API setup step by step. So I'm going to copy this title of video from here and I'm going to paste the title right over here. Next, it is asking for the video URL, so I'm going to copy the video URL of this video right over here and I'm going to paste the URL right over here. I'm going to paste it. Wait for a few seconds right over here, and as you can see, after waiting for a few seconds, automatically the URL is updated in our spreadsheet that we have created. So I'm going to open this URL from here. So as you can see, this is the same video that we have entered the details in our Google Sheets. So this means that we successfully connected Google Sheets with Bitly with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till what we have done, I am a content creator and I upload videos on YouTube channel, and I also keep the record of all the popular videos into my Google Sheets. So my objective is that whenever I'm going to enter the details of my videos in my Google Sheets with the long video URL that we are going to receive with the help of YouTube, automatically with the help of Bitly, that long URL should be converted into a shortened link. So for that, what we have done is we have created an automation between Google Sheets and Bitly with the help of Pabbly Connect, and this is how we create an automation between these two applications. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.